Hey guys, what's up? This is Jay Shady here to talk about last night's episode of The Walking Dead, Season 4, Episode 2, Infection. And last night's episode just set up a whole bunch of questions for everything. So many things happened, a number of things happened where nothing was resolved. And you could tell this is just, plotting the pace for the rest of the season, the arc of we're not going to get to the answers next week. I doubt it. But we will eventually towards the end of the season. And, that's what was great about last night's episode is all this stuff is happening. So many different things. So many things to question. At the end of the episode, you're just saying, what the hell is going on? Because, nothing is explained. It's all just happening out of nowhere. So let's just go right into it. It opens up with somebody, doesn't show who, is feeding rats to the walkers outside the gate of the prison. So there's your first question right there. Who is feeding the walkers? Who is feeding them? Who cares about them enough to feed them? And why? Never mind the phone. Then we cut to Tyrese and Karen. They're sharing an intimate love scene. And he escorts her to her cell block. And I'm going to shut this off right now. And he escorts her to her cell block. And she goes to sleep. And unknowingly, Patrick, the kid with the glasses who died last week, who's turned into a walker, the door to her cell block is open. And he goes in and he's about to go into her cell. But somebody coughs next door to her cell. He goes into their cell and starts feasting away on their body overnight. Nobody realizes it. So eventually Rick is out there and his son Carl and the old crew is outside talking, not knowing anything's happening, and somebody comes outside of the cell screaming that walkers are attacking the D block. So most of the people go into the D block to attack, and you see a bunch of walkers. Obviously, Patrick killed multiple people, and the multiple people have turned into walkers, and so it's Rick and his crew try to eliminate all the zombies, all the walkers there. I don't know why I keep saying zombies. Eliminate all the walkers there. And while that's happening, Michonne is trying to come into the prison yard, but her horse almost gets attacked by walkers. She falls down. She's almost killed. Carl shoots a walker even though Rick tells him he's not allowed to shoot anymore. So you have this going on. Michonne is hurt. She can't do anything. And then eventually Rick and his company kill all the walkers. And one guy is on his deathbed, literally. He's been bitten on the neck. And Carol brings his two daughters in to say goodbye to him and to do the mercy killing, but one of the daughters can't do it, so Carol just does it herself. And I guess one of the daughters, the taller one, the older one, is going to play a pretty important role. By the way, they had her featured in this episode. So you have that. Then you have this thing where this is one of the weak points of the episode to me. You had this thing where it could have been good if they went through with it, where Rick is like, because they say that it was a flu, because they realized that Patrick and another guy in the cell, they didn't get bitten, nothing happened to them, they just died. And they realized that there's an aggressive flu going on. And that's what it is. That's the walker who Rick saw by the gate last episode. That's what's happening to the pigs, that there's a sickness going on, an epidemic sort of something happening where, people are just dying. There's a aggressive flu happening. So Rick says that the people who weren't in the D block can't be around the people the people who were in the D block can be around the people who weren't, because you can't risk this spreading. You can't risk the sickness spreading. So Carl wasn't there, Michonne wasn't there, Maggie wasn't there. So, he says, we have to isolate the people who were, who could have possibly been infected or possibly picked up the sickness from being close to those who had them. and that would have been great. So they split up Tyrese and Karen, but throughout the episode you have Carl and Rick interacting and being with each other. You know, you have other people. Yeah, Maggie and Glenn are killing zombies together. So it's like, why mention it if you're not going to execute it the right way? That was one of the things that I was like, okay, why'd you even bring that up if you're not going through with it? But that would have been good, having Maggie and Glenn forced to be separated, and Rick and Carl and Judith being forced to be separated. But whatever. So yeah, there you go. It's a virus. It's a aggressive flu that's going around, killing people off. So you have that. Then you have the scene with Michonne. She's in the cell, and she's Beth is telling her to watch Judith because Judith threw up on Beth's shirt and she's gonna clean it off. And Michonne is all like, no, I can't. And then she eventually takes the baby and she starts looking at it, very sentimentally, and starts crying. So I'm guessing that Michonne lost the baby in her previous pre-apocalyptic life. Now, I'm not sure if this was mentioned, and if this was mentioned in previous episodes or seasons, let me know. But I can't remember Michonne ever mentioning that she had a child and she lost it. I'm just guessing that she did because of the way she reacted when she was holding Judith. So then, moving on, we have walkers at the gate. They're almost breaking down the gate. This has been going on since the last episode. So everybody's got to go kill the walkers and try to hold that, make sure the fence doesn't give way. And it's not working. So Rick says, you know what, I'm going to have to do something. And throughout this whole episode, it's, Rick is trying to become a farmer now. He's trying to become Herschel or something. He doesn't want to be, the guy who makes all the rules anymore. The guy that said this isn't democracy anymore. That's not Rick anymore. He doesn't want to be somebody, shooting and killing everything. He just wants to have this little, area of society, of life that is just based on itself with vegetation, not killing anything anymore. But he realizes that world doesn't allow, the world that they're in doesn't allow for that. You can't just relax and let everything take its course. You have to take action. You have to be a killer. And Rick decides to take the pigs. He drives out of the prison, and he cuts the pigs and leaves them for a trail for the walkers, so that the walkers could move away from the gate, and the crew could reinforce the gate while the walkers are having a feast on the pigs. So I'm sure a lot of vegetarian and vegan people and animal rights people really didn't like that scene very much. But yeah, we get that. And then at the end we get what's his and before I get to the end, the father, the daughter of the father who died that I was talking about, the little girl who I said will feature prominently, she's talking Carol, and she's the one that gave one of the walkers a name, Nick, because he had a name tag on his thing. And she's talking all weird and bizarre and shit. And her sister tells Carol she's not weak, she's just messed up. So I have a feeling, something's going to be going on with this chick. Anyway, so you get that. I mean, she could even be the one feeding the rats to the walkers, which is what I think, that she is the one feeding the rats to the walkers, because she already humanized the walker by calling him Nick. So I feel like there's something, some screws loose going on with her. And then we get the ending where Tyrese is going to give flowers to Karen, and then he sees this huge blood trail where Karen is, because they separated Karen and another person who was coughing. The group realized they were coughing, so they said, we have to contain you and we'll have doctors check on you and all that. So he goes and he sees this blood trail where Karen and the other guy were, and then it leads him out to this outside place, and he sees both of their bodies burnt. They were on fire. Somebody put them on fire, and their bodies are totally fucking crisp toast. And the episode ends there. So, one, I want to know, were they walkers, and did Karen and the other guy turn into walkers, and then whoever burnt them up, burnt them up after seeing them become walkers? Or did the person who burnt them up just kill them because they were worried about them turning, that they were worried that they were sick in the first place. Because there's a huge difference between taking out walkers and taking out two people who didn't even turn yet, who you didn't even know were actually sick, and you're just, paranoid about anything spreading that you just kill them off. That's a huge difference. So I want to know the answer to that, and of course, who the hell did this? And it looks like it's gonna be a lot of hysteria in the next episode because that was Tyrese's girl. He wanted to have sex with her, didn't get to have sex with her yet, but somebody burned her up, so his chances of having sex with her are gone now. So yeah, pretty damn good episode. A lot of stuff is set up. A lot of questions, a lot of what the hell is going on, and that's when TV is good, when you have so much of where are they going with this. So yeah, there you go. Let me know what you think is going on with various points here and storylines. All right, I am Jay Shady, the voice of reason. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later.